What's going on YouTube, man? It's your boy, the True Raw Gaming. I don't wrap it up for you, man. I don't sugar it for you. Let me get this shit to you raw. In today's video, we're doing 5 tips that's gonna make you a better player right after watching this video, man. You'll be a better player. You'll be able to see the results. I'm doing this video because I do have an anti-gank video coming up. I did a poll. You guys did say you guys want the anti-gank video. That will be chapter 3 for the For Honor University, guys. So until that video comes out this weekend, I'm gonna drop this video to give you guys some tips. That way, when this video drops and the next video drops, you guys will put the 2 tips together, and you guys will be able to be a more solid, overall, better player after watching both of those videos. So if you guys like my content or any of my videos, make sure you drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment down below what you guys want to see next. So let's get straight into it, man. For the first tip, this is going to be, I think, applicable to a good amount of characters, and this is abusing the frame traps with variable timed heavies. This right here, this right here, this is the one, man. So there are actually 2 characters in the game right now who have very good variable timed heavies. Now there are other characters that can do it, but chaining these infinite loops of heavies together and doing a lot of heavies together, there are 2 characters that do it the best. You have XRyuChiOniX and you have Shigoki. These 2 characters together blow out all the other characters by far. It's not even close. So to do this, what you want to do is simply what I'm doing on the screen. I'm throwing heavies, but if you actually look at the different variations of timings I'm doing, I'm holding it. So I'm doing level 1s, I'm doing level 2, and I'm doing level 3. XRyuChiOniX has 3 levels. I try to mix it and get a 4th. If it is, it's really too close to the unblockable one anyway, so it's not even worth it. But I found 3 consistent ones. You see, I'm trying to hold it as long as possible. And there's the 1, there's the 2, there's the 3, and that's about as far as you're going to be able to delay it before you get into the unblockable. Now, things get really tricky when you use Shigoki, because Shigoki, I think, is more punishing with it. He has level 1, he has level 2, as you see, he has level 3, and then there's also level 4 before you even get into the unblockable. I think there's 4 levels on this, because it just, you can do so much more with Shigoki, but it is not an infinite. So you see how long I'm holding it. So it makes your opponent not able to parry it whenever they want. They have to pick between the variation of timings. Now, I know a lot of players are not going to be good at mixing up the timings, but trust me, if you give yourself 5 or 10 minutes, I'm sure you could kind of feel it out. It's really not that hard. As for people who do not play this character, as you can see, you can also do this with Raider. I think Raiders, like I said before in another video, I don't know which one it was, Raider has very good frame trap ability, because he's very difficult for a lot of players online to deal with, especially when you introduce latency. As you can see, I'm holding those lights. I'm really holding it. I'm not giving you an opportunity. And what I'm going to show you is, I'm going to show you now what it looks like against you. Like if someone is doing it to you, the indicators are like very instant. You can do it with heavies. I'm showing you can do it with lights. But Raider is a very good character too. It's just him starting it is not as good as the other 2. Just to stress the importance of holding it, this is what it looks like when it's fast, and now when it's slowed down, this is what it looks like. That's what it should look like. That's what you guys should be doing in these online games. You guys should be holding it, abusing the latency, because we got 3 different consoles all in the same game. Abuse that shit. That's what it looks like. Number 2, we have baiting the open or the closed side. To put this simply, I'm going to be using Shinobi because this is my main and it works very well for him. So basically what I'm doing is I'm setting him up. I'm not just blindly doing attacks. Now, if I pause it here, you're going to see that he has more room for me looking right now on the right side, but he has a trap on the back side. He's going to go the other way. I'm going to throw it a dodgeable. That is what I mean by baiting that. So I know he wants to get out of there. He wants to be comfortable. I'm going to do the same thing here, but it doesn't mean it's always guaranteed. You got to be smart with it. So right here, his back deck is against the wall, is cornered going that way. He wants to go where? Away from the wall. I'm going to bait that side. I know where he's going to go because he wants to be more comfortable. Now, I gotta say this. This does not mean that this is gonna work all the time, and I'm gonna show you that when you go to better players, this isn't gonna work because they know what to look for. What I mean by when I say they know what to look for, I mean they know the open and close game. So this guy is a ranked duel, so he's pretty good. He has a high rank. He knows the game. I'm gonna fake it, and I'm gonna go for the deflect because I was banking on him trying to crush and counter. So that means that this game isn't going to work with him. He's knowledgeable about the open and close side, especially if he's playing Valkyrie. He knows that. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to play the open and close game with him. Now I'm going to play the unblockable game. So that's what I mean by when you play these higher players, these better players, they're going to know what to look for. And I know what you're thinking. You're going to ask me what side is the better side. I'm not saying that the open or the closed side is better than the other. I'm just giving you insight of what my reads are or what some of these better players' reads are and how they're getting these reads. As you can see in the clip, I'm throwing an unblockable and he's going to dodge close side for absolutely no reason. He didn't have a reason to do that. So what am I going to do as the better player? I'm going to reset him and I guarantee he's going to go to the close side again. What does he do? He goes right back to the close side again. So it's not like I'm throwing random attacks. I'm not saying that one side is better and you should only go to this side. I'm just giving you insight. So now that you know the game is being played and that you're playing the game, you're more aware of what's going on. Next, we have number 3, using the feint button as a free cancel. Now, to simply put this, if you play other fighting games, this will make sense. In this game, there are certain characters who have multiple inputs that stack over each other, such as dodging to GB, when in actuality the character has an input for a dodge bash, such as Shinobi. Warden is an example, but today we're going to be using Orochi. Orochi benefits from this, I think, a good chunk because his combos and the way his flow of his offense, it really benefits of doing this because you can really play with timings and different options that come out of playing Orochi. When you're playing against a higher level Orochi who knows how to use free cancels, he can allow himself to get different timings and different mix-ups that are usually unorthodox that you would see out of other players. So for today's example, we're talking about precisely the dodge and zoning. So when you want to dodge, zone, this is a really good safe mix-up because whether he blocks it, whether you land it, whether you miss it, you can still dodge right after. You can choose whichever direction you want to go. The only real option to get out of it is if he parries it. And that requires him to know how to do that. So when you're dodging, you're pushing the feint button, what it does is it clears out the frames of the other inputs. So it pretty much stops the other tracking of the inputs. So if I'm playing as Shinobi and I want to dodge a bash and go for a GB, I would dodge, hit the feint button, and then GB. And that way it won't be a bash, it'll just be a GB. You can use this to your advantage as well if you want to dodge and then try to parry something. As you can see, I'm starting to give you answers here. Okay, I want you guys to kind of figure it out on your own. All right, that's progress of you becoming a better player. But you see where I'm getting at. When you can dodge and attack, that probably means you can dodge and defend. No more from that. We're gonna let you guys figure out the rest. Number 4, we have finishing a string and going straight into a parry. This one, I think this one is very, very good, especially when you playing with the Dom, and you're playing the Breach, and you're playing these pub matches. A lot of the times, if you just look at the basis of the fight, and you cut out all the extra stuff, and you look at it as base form, at its lowest level, it is nothing more than a tag match. That sounds crazy, I know. It's just a tag match. Most of you guys are just gonna throw lights anyway. All right. Now I have to explain. I do understand if you guys are still on old gen. We do not forget about you guys. Okay. You guys are the low percentage, but for those who are not on old gen, you can parry lights, bro. You can parry lights. Now whether you can do it on reaction is up to you. But with this method, what it does is it mitigates you having to actually guess. It's coming. You just gotta pick a side, bro. Pick a side and go for it. You got 3 sides, top, left, or right. That's a 33% chance of you parrying a light. You can look better than what you really are. You can fool your opponent if you parry this light. All you have to do is finish your string and go straight into parrying a light. You just assume that he's gonna throw it. Like, I promise you, if you do this 10 times in a row, do it 10 times in a row, I guarantee you at least 4 times out of those times in any Dominion match, any level, any skill level, somebody's gonna start off with a light and you're gonna get one. If you can parry, if you can't parry regardless, I don't do it. Don't even do this tip. But if you're a decent player and you can parry, this tip is gonna work. I guarantee you do it 10 times in a row. 10 times in a row. You're gonna get something. You're gonna get something. So that's that. And our last one, number 5, pay to win. This is not the one that you probably wanted to hear, but like I say on my channel, dude, I just get this shit to you raw. I don't sugarcoat it for you. I'm gonna give it to you raw. There's an actual controller out here that these guys are using that makes them play better. I use it. I'm pretty sure a lot of the better guys on Xbox and the better guys on the console, because most of you guys are on console watching these videos, are using it. I'm using an Elite controller. Why would I not use an Elite controller? I've been using an Elite controller since my Warzone days. You got the paddles, you got the custom mapping, you have everything you need in a controller. I literally, I bullshit you not, I can literally block, deflect, guard break, pop revenge, parry, everything without having to give up anything. And if one of you guys using a regular controller, you have to give up something. If you want to go and deflect, you have to take your finger off of the stick to guard direction to put it over the A button, hover to deflect. So when you guys are sitting here trying to deflect lights, I know you're trying to deflect the light because your guard isn't even up. Oh, that's how the better players are knowing when you're going for deflects. You ever wonder why, oh, I can't get a deflect on this guy? It's obvious. You don't have the controller, so we know when you're going for a deflect. Your guard isn't even up. You're just staring there. It's almost like easy mode. Like I kind of wish probably didn't give that one away, but I mean, I think For Honor's been out enough. I think a lot of games have been out now. I think a lot of games have been a lot more competitive in the years, especially with the introduction of crossplay. Let's even this out a little bit. Go get you an Elite controller. Don't get the bullshit Power A one. Don't get that. I had that one. I'm not sponsored by any of these controllers, by the way. Like I said, I just give this shit to you raw. Do not go get a Power A controller. I know it looks tempting. It's a $50 controller. It looks just like an Elite controller. It has its own paddles, and it's everything you need. It's garbage. I went through 2 of them. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it. But that is going to wrap up this video. If you guys enjoy my content or any of my content, make sure you drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment down below what you guys want to see next, man. I'll wrap it up for you, man. Once I get it for you, I'm going to get this shit to you raw, man. Thank y'all for coming out.